Well, I would also like to welcome all of you and those online around the world. We have a little odd variant of COVID attack us, and so a number of people are quarantined, so there's fewer people here in person, but there are, I'm sure, more people online because the people that can't be here in person are watching online. So thank you for coming, and I'd like to read from Whispers from Eternity, and this is a prayer from Yogananda. Now, it's not night here, but it's night in Europe and India. So I am going to read the prayer at night. But the reason I want to read it, as you see, is it ties in with the basis of the reading and the need for us to find God in stillness and with heart open. This is the prayer at night by Paramhansa Yogananda. With closed eyes I sit in the temple of night and I worship thee. The sunlight, revealing a million alluring things, has vanished. One by one, I have closed the doors of my senses, lest the fragrance of the rose or the song of the nightingale distract my love from thee. I am alone in this dark, dark temple. I have left everything, but where art thou? Darkness is haunting. Still, unafraid, I am groping, seeking, crying for thee. Wilt thou leave me alone? Come, show thyself. The door of my memory swings open. Throbbingly thrilled, my heart looks for thee, but I find thee not. Halt, ye thronging million thoughts of past experiences. Come not into my sacred temple. I close the bursting, thought-pressed door and run everywhere to find thee. Ah, where art thou? Darkness deepens. As I sit silent in anguish of despair, I behold a little taper of concentration burning within me. I stand up mentally and madly rush through the dimly lighted temple. The farther I go, the deeper grows the gloom. I clasp the empty darkness in hope of seizing thee. Finding thee not, I return again and see the taper dimly burning. I sing outwardly a loud prayer. My large teardrops and my strong gusts of prayer almost extinguish the taper. I will pray no more with words, nor rush and run about in the temple of Stygian darkness, nor drown the taper with my tears. I will sit still and command my breath to make no sound. I rebuke my boisterous love for thee. The taper of meditation burns brighter now. Oh, how maddening. I cannot worship thee with words, but only with wistful yearning. Brighter the light grows. I behold thee now. Thou art I. I worship thee. As night hides everything, so will I worship thee in hidden silence. I am glad with the joy of all minds. I will use the screen of the night to hide myself from the tempting things of the day. O night, when I am worried, throw thy veil of silent darkness around me. Create a dark temple for me wherever I go, that I may invoke and call him whom I love at any time, anywhere, everywhere. Now, hopefully, you see why I wanted to read that in conjunction with this reading. Because if we ask what's the best way to worship, I think through time immemorial, silly practitioners of religion would say, my way is the best way to worship, and everyone else is bad. And there is that tendency in religion, and the contradistinction is the masters. Remember, the apostles came to Jesus and said, hey, this person's casting out devils in thy name. And Jesus said, if he's not against us, he's for us. He's with us. One God, one Father, one Mother, one light. The masters have always held this. I don't know if the song we did, Oh God Beautiful, that was written by Guru Nanak, he created the Sikh religion, a combination of Hinduism and the Muslim religion. One God, oh God beautiful. In the forest, green. Mountain, high. River, restless. For those of you who are not from Nevada County, our river is the Yuba River, very restless. It's going this way and that way all the time. Mississippi River, smooth. Our river, restless. Therefore, God was talking about our river. No. God is everywhere, all the time. And the masters always see it from that perspective because they're in God. They're in the light. Their experience is from the center of the light. And they're looking out to us behind the veils. We've divided ourselves. We keep dividing ourselves into the Shiites and the Sunnis and the Orthodox and the Reformed Jews and all this stuff. We don't have time to go into all the divisions. We don't need to go into all the divisions. We have to go into the light, in the center of the light. That's where is the best way to worship. Kabir was a great master in ancient times. I think the 1500s, but it might have been the 1700s. He was a great master. Interestingly enough, Lahiri Mahashai was in a previous incarnation was Kabir, but Kabir had a great take on this. He said, if bathing in the Ganges is all that's needed for salvation, then aren't all the fish liberated? Yeah, they are. Because we have practices, and as Swami Kriyananda said in this reading from the rays, God has given all the religions so that all of us have a way to self-realization. But we have to practice with the right spirit. What's the best way to worship? Swami outlines it in this reading from rays. To still the mind and open the heart is meditation. In the center of every religion that any master has ever brought, will ever bring, is the practice of inner communion, of quieting the restless thoughts. And Master, as you could hear in this whispers from eternity, he was not into these thoughts coming in. But what do we do when we go to meditate? We bring our thoughts into the meditation room. You're supposed to leave your thoughts with your shoes at the outside of the temple. Don't bring the thoughts inside. Meditation is stilling the mind and concentrating on the presence and the love of God. Every religion has a mystic component given by the founder of that religion. And eventually, the religion denigrates into what we see as pseudo-religion, and that's the nonsensical practices that we see in the world around us. But I join the masters. I don't judge that. People are trying. And so they got it wrong. So they have kooky religious practices. Better than no religious practices at all. They're trying. They're aspiring. All of you and all of you online are truth seekers because you're watching this Sunday service. And we're offering Yogananda's take on it, which is Kabir's take, which is Krishna's take, which is the gurus of all religions' take. Because remember that the gurus are in one with God. They're in God. They're in the love of God. They are the love of God. The guru is the dispeller of darkness. So the best way to worship is to find that set of practices that you're naturally drawn to, as Kriyananda says, and then to deepen them. In the poem Samadhi, Master says deeper first, longer, thirsty. That's Master is yearning for God immediately, quickly, out of this pain and suffering. guru-given meditation. That's the best way to meditate, the best way to worship. And if you're not a disciple of Yogananda and you're watching this, you're listening to this, then deeper, longer, thirsty, Buddha-given meditation, deeper, longer, thirsty, Christ-given meditation, deeper, longer, thirsty, Sufi-given, on and on and on, all the masters. They're all paths to one God. And the masters give their blessings so that we can practice those religions. Master Yogananda joined with all the great masters and said, what religion you practice doesn't matter. It's that you practice and come closer to God. That we face an alternative every single minute of our lives. Do we want to turn inward and love God and see that all the beauty in the world is coming from one source, God? Or do we want to be increasingly enthralled with the world and our problems and our ego and our phobias and our rejection and our misunderstanding and our stock market portfolio and our on and on and on and the news and this guy's running and that lady's running and Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It is so painful to live in material consciousness. We actually get used to it. We endure it. And the disciples have that little taste of, ooh, this feels good. Oh God, beautiful, chanted in New York City for an hour. Oh God, beautiful. And chanting and meditation. And did you know that every Ananda Sunday service for the first 20 years ended with Oh God, beautiful? That was our format. That was how we ended the Sunday service every single Sunday, because that's how Master ended Sunday service. Oh God, beautiful. In the forest thou art green. Look around to the reality of God. Listen for it in music. And don't spend your time judging. That's not spiritual music. Look for the Spirit in everything, in all. And as you meditate, then formal meditation, as Master described, is turn off the lights, close the door, relax the body. Tension is not going to help us enter the superconscious state. It's going to draw us to the awareness I have a body. Oh, and my back is sore. Oh, and my shoulder's sore. Oh, and what's this itchy? Back into the consciousness. I am the body. I was born this time. I'm going to die soon. I have this illness, disease. I have this, my house leaks, my, stuff. This is all about the body. You're not a body. I hope that's not news. I wouldn't want to shock you so early on a Sunday morning, but you're a spirit. You have no form. You are a being of love. And who agrees with me? Buddha, Krishna, Rama. I call all those witnesses. Dr. Spock. You don't even know who Dr. Spock is. Oh, we won't even go there. Anyway, my mom was a big fan of Dr. Spock. He was a baby doctor. He was a pediatrician. Anyway, we have to practice the techniques that bring us. But Kriyananda in this reading points out those techniques in any religion include sitting still, relaxing the body, opening the heart to the love of God. Where's the love of God? Everywhere. God is omnipresent. Therefore, you can't be somewhere where God isn't. And one of the quotes that Kriyananda loved to reiterate was the Curé d'Ars, St. John Vianney, if you knew how much God loved you, you would die for joy. Why did Kriyananda repeat certain things? He wanted us to hear them. He wanted us to remember them. And he repeated the important things most. The least important things he repeated occasionally. But the really important things he wanted to impress upon us, that the love of God is always with us, always offered. And so the problem with our meditation and our worship is we're not practicing correctly. And that is the fault of Maya. Because we start meditation, we take up a meditation practice, which is a wonderful thing. I bow to all of you that have taken up a meditation practice, but then you have to keep practicing in a dynamic, heart-open, fun way. And there, this may sound partisan, but my guru says, but Yogananda says, he gives us so many ways to keep our meditations dynamic. Read the books of crystal clarity, sing the chants of Paramhansa Yogananda, sing the songs of Swami Kriyananda, chant the names of God, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, for relief of concern in this age of quarrel. That's the Hare Krishna Prabhupada's little aphorism. It's a good one. Chant to God. But every time you chant, how do we start every spiritual practice, every Sunday service? Heavenly Father, Divine Mother. When you pray, when you go to meditate, pray to God and feel Heavenly Father, like the whole universe right here with you in your meditation room, doors closed, lights off. Here you are, the Heavenly Father who is currently running something like 2 trillion universes. He's sitting right next to you. Right next to you. And as the Divine Mother loves you. You, little old you in your little dark meditation room or hillside or seat in your car. Divine Mother, friend, beloved God. God your best friend? Wow. Think about that when you start your kriyas, when you start your mantra, when you start your rosary, when you start your Sufi dance. I don't care what you do it with God. And then call to the masters. Now in our line, we have 5 masters. This is a very good deal. But we get to pray to Babaji Krishna? I mean, I've been doing this, I've been a disciple for over 50 years. I still can't believe I get to talk to Krishna. I get to invite Krishna to help me with Kriya. Every single meditation, 2-3 times a day. Wow, is that great? Now, I'm not putting down that if you're a Buddhist, because you get to call on the Buddha to help you with your practice of Buddhism. But call on them and feel them. Don't make it rote. If you make it rote, you miss an opportunity. If you realize that you're making it rote, stop doing it. Go back and pray again. Go back to the beginning. Practice the Hong Sa technique if you know it. Why? Because you concentrate. You use the breath and you concentrate. And just so you know, there are Buddhist and other practitioners that use a technique very similar to Hong Sa because it's a very wonderful way to concentrate. Practice devotion. If you're getting dry in your meditations, rev up your devotion. Chant more. Chant louder. You know, in the poem, God, 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 at one point, Master says, I will whisper, God, God, God. Another point, I will loudly chant, God, God, God. Why? Because he's showing us you have to mix it up a little. It depends on what mood you're in. If you're sleepy, chant loudly. If you're still and quiet, maybe you chant softly. Maybe you practice Hong Sa a little bit, and then you do the pranayama of your path. In our case, it's Kriya. We practice Kriya. We listen to Om. We feel Om. Paramhansa Yogananda, think Om, roar Om, feel Om. If you've ever heard him, he's on video. Swami Paramhansa Yogananda passed away in 1963. He was a big yogi, lived in Rishikesh, India. wow, he was very much like Master in that when he started talking, you started listening because he was very commanding, like Master in this prayer at night. He had something to say and he was going to say it, and you could feel, because he was speaking from a superconscious place. The other thing I'd like to leave you with is you should practice your meditation and worship from a superconscious place. You are a child of the Heavenly Father. You are the daughters of the Divine Mother. Bring that into your practice. When you practice whatever practices you make, feel that you're one with the Master. You're practicing. When we would start meditation at Sunday service, Swami Kriyananda would give us a little introduction, and many, many, many Sundays he would say, concentrate on that light. Concentrate on the center of whatever light you see. Try to realize you are that light. Dissolve the ego. Try to be without an ego, without your resume, without your tax return, without your position at work, without your aggravated coworker, whatever it is. Dump all that stuff and be the light. Practice the guru-given meditation that you have. If you don't have one, you can practice Hong Sau. You can practice any meditation, and the guru will come and lead you to your true guru. So practice and feel you are that light. You are the Buddha. You are Krishna. You are that light at the point between the eyebrows, and concentrate on the center of whatever light you see. Keep the body relaxed. One of the things that pulls us away from depth in meditation is just starting the tension again. It sort of creeps up. What about tomorrow? Did I change my oil? All these things. Chant, pray, look at the light, and feel the blessings. Ask your guru or the gurus to help you to practice correctly and to merge with that light and to be super conscious and to leave everything behind. That's the best way to worship. God bless you all.
Home is a green hill, home is a wind, blowing betrayal far, far away. Home is the knowledge heaven is near. Home's the end of the fray. Home is my heart's land, home's where I am. Nothing can dim the light of my soul. Home is forever, home is today. Home's a heart that is whole. Often I dream that life is a play, laughter forever and skies never gray. But when I'm silent, freed from all care, I discover my home's everywhere.